Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel, Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we will talk about the vibrato. And this is actually a very interesting little device, so to speak. And it's really like something what is kind of used in unique ways throughout the different cultures. Yeah, they're really like you can really say like a certain kind of vibrato is really like the sound of like maybe Korean music or blues or Indian music, and that's kind of interesting actually. And maybe also already like the main message of this lesson is actually that you should really be aware of what you're doing when you play like vibrato. Like most of or I mean many guitarists what I see, they just actually it's just a kind of a very unconscious thing they're doing just by not thinking about it. Actually, I had quite a few students who really had to learn how to not do this vibrato at the end of a phrase or something like this. It was so automatic, and they never really thought about this whole thing. And this is something you really should actually. You really should think of the different possibilities of vibrato, how you can use it, how. Anyway, we will go into that today. So you will. I think it will really open some doors, some ways of getting more aware also about this little nice technique. There's a PDF, just go down in the description below, there you find the link to the PDF, which you should download. And because also we are referring to that, I will actually just go through this PDF. I have it in front of me, and I will just also read it here and have like explain it to you again and have like additional thoughts maybe. And also it helps to support this channel, so this would be really cool if you do that. Okay, so we go into this topic now, and first I need a coffee. Okay, we have different ways, different techniques how to create or execute a vibrato. And the most common one is to do like a sort of bending. Yeah, you bend the string, so you move the string in the fretboard motion by raising the pitch a bit and lowering the pitch back to its origin. Yeah, if you can do that towards the floor or towards the ceiling. It doesn't really matter. It's both. You can't lower the pitch. It's always like you raise the pitch you are playing. So it's always you can do that, but you can also do that. Yeah, which is basically the same. Okay, this vibrato you can also you can actually use in different ways. I show you some ideas, some what I collected so far. One idea is actually to not start with this note, I mean with a basic note, but starting with a note a little bit above, and then just immediately bring it back. So you have a slight little like pre-bend, and that's also this is also sometimes how you use it in the very characteristic vibrato, very characteristic for Indian classical music. That's the andolan, and we talked about that already, so I will not really go into that. But it's a kind of a slow vibrato which also respects the shrutis, the kind of microtones. So what you're actually doing here, you actually are kind of busy in this intonation, which is actually a little bit higher than the actual pitch, and so you're not coming back. Yeah, it's not like something like that, like a quick vibrato or slow vibrato always coming back. It's more like, yeah, you're a little bit your intonation is a bit higher there, and of course this depends very much to the raga, to the how the microtones are placed there, or yeah, that's a different topic actually. What you can do is also you can combine like this kind of vibrato with like a kind of a tremolo thing, yeah. This kind of a sound, which I also like. Actually, I'm not reusing this too much. Maybe I should be more aware of that. Oh, that's also the good thing with these. Actually, with a lot of material, what I'm publishing here on Guitar Academia is like it's a kind of a kind of collection of all the things I found for myself, and which I find for myself like really relevant and very musical and valuable for my own music. And what I normally do when I practice, I write down stuff all the time. I mean, I have an idea, I write it down. I heard something like maybe a YouTube video or from a book, I just tear out the page and just mark what I think is really relevant and cool, and then I put it together, and then I make here for this channel I make these PDFs out of that. So it's actually a collection, and the idea of this is to come back always, you know, like I mean, maybe you are busy with some different topics, and then you come after 1 year, you come back to this vibrato. Maybe I get this sheet again, and then I look at it and get some more ideas about that. So the whole spiral of development of learning always comes back to the same places, but then one level higher. So it's not actually these things are not like it's a process. Everything is a process, and the idea here is to come back from time to time when you're interested in a certain topic, and then you find all these, or a lot of informations you find there, and a lot of doors which you can go for, and that's the whole idea actually also. Okay, then you have something very interesting. I told you that some vibrati, I think Italian would be, or vibratos. I don't know, vibrati. Sounds nice. They're actually like, some are really characteristic for a certain kind of music. And in Korean music, there is, like in traditional Korean music, there's a really like a huge vibrato, which is really not thought as they are like connecting different pitches. It's just a huge vibrato which goes like, yeah, if you have a certain scale, let me think. That's not how is it going. There's certain, like a pentatonic scale actually, which works really nice. Yeah, some kind of that. Maybe you'd have to check out this like Korean music, classical, traditional Korean, like Kurt music. There, you find this all the time. It's really like, yeah. When you hear that, it's really like it's really this association, this more Asian kind of thing. And that's actually really interesting because of course it's like different notes, a pentatonic. But just doing this thing, yeah, to do that, it's already like creates this kind of an atmosphere, I think. Okay, another thing here, also with the same vibrato technique. I'm a huge fan of Dino Saluzzi. I like this is a bandoneon player from Argentina, and I like his music a lot. There's a really great recording for ECM Andina. It's a solo recording, and it's really beautiful. I heard this record so many times, and there's another much earlier recording called Argentina. It's also a solo recording, a live recording, and on the first track he's having this kind of like really weird, strong like vibrato, like effect, like a electronic device, like this effect of very strong vibrato, and this is a very beautiful track also. I think the audience didn't really get this because there's not really this applause what you expect, what I expected after this playing. Maybe because the audience was a little bit shocked about this very obvious effect, and I found a way actually to also do that, and with chords. That's actually the idea here. It's really to have this kind of. I can't really say actually what I'm really doing. I mean, somehow I bend, and somehow I use the bendings in the fingers like differently at the same time. Somehow it's more feeling actually, and feeling and listening. It's not so much like what am I doing here, and you can do like this kind of. This kind of thing, and I'm sure it comes very close to this recording. Yeah, and that's happens actually quite frequently in my my approach in a way. I like to play a lot on the instrument. I just improvise and just playing and it feels good, and I try to explore. And then mostly there at a certain point, very often I play something and then it reminds me of some music, some I heard, some instruments, some culture, whatever. And then immediately I know how this is played, and then I can go for that, you know? I mean, I hear something, I mean, I play something and then I hear it, I remember where this is also coming from or used, and then I can go for that. You know, I can go more deeper, I can make more experimentations with that, or and then my idea gets more clear about the whole thing. Okay, the next execution possibility, the next technique to execute a vibrato is the string word pushing and pulling. It's when you play a note and you go with your hand in this kind of a direction. So it comes also maybe a bit from the shoulder, or like it's good to have actually like a really loose body there, and then and this is also possible for chords. Of course, this kind of technique in a way doesn't really work too well or too easy on this kind of guitars, on this kind of strings. They're actually easier on a nylon, like a classical guitar, nylon string guitar. And also this is like a vibrato which is used a lot on bowed instruments, like without frets, like violin, cello, bass, double bass, and so on. And of course, that's there for these instruments. That's actually a very different outcome. When you do this kind of a movement, you also since you don't have frets, you also make the string shorter and longer. You know, because this kind of movement also changes the length of the string. You go back and forth with your finger. So that's why this is that's actually different. You do something in a way. You do something very different to this. Although it looks the same, but it's a different approach than really having the frets and doing that. Then you really have to make this more clear. It's good to do this more in the higher frets. I mean, like in the middle of the string, you can actually most easily push the string in both directions, because you have all the string lengths which you can work with. So, for example, you can put it in this direction, which of course it's more easy as you go higher, but you also can go. You can pull it in that direction. So it's like when you do it here. And that's not I mean, it's not such a big effect actually. Like the first execution is much more easy, and you do not have to work very hard. But this technique is the only technique where you can actually lower the pitch. So, for example, what you can do, I mean, it's the whole technique, of course, like pushing the string is used also for microtones. If the tone is a bit lower, then you can use this technique very effectively. But you can also do something like you push the string. And by the way, when you do that, you can actually take your other fingers, your lower fingers, to help. That's why I'm actually playing this note with the fourth finger, because that way all these fingers can help to like gripping the string and pushing them towards the bridge. And of course you have to be really careful not to press too hard, because if you press, also the string gets higher, because you press the string towards the fretboard, and that way the string gets more tensed, of course. Especially if you like take all the fingers doing that, then it's always this little tiny space where the string gets pushed, and that way it gets a bit longer. I mean, you stretch the string. And that way you make it higher, of course. But you can with all fingers you can help your fourth finger, and then you don't press too hard, and then you push. Yeah. You really, it's quite some effort. But it's, for example, it's nice to push the string first, and then release it to the actual pitch. So it's like a bit like this fretless technique, where you just go from a little lower below the note, and you slide this. Yeah, you slide it to the actual pitch. So it's great for Andolan, for Shrutis, if the note is a little bit lower. If you have something like let's take it. Yeah, so this G sharp here, the major third, is maybe in one rag. I don't know. It's maybe just meant a little bit lower microtone. Then you can work also with this kind of vibrato shruti thing. Anyway, when you really play this raga music, of course, you have to be really careful. That's really the right thing there to do, because some notes they want this Andolan, and some you should avoid that actually. But anyway, that's a different story. These are just like different techniques, and these actually have nothing to do with style. Yeah, it's not about style. It can be applied for anything. It's just to give you like I should not say like whole picture, but like the bigger picture of how you can think and what is possible, and different techniques and so on. So you can apply that for any kind of style and music. Okay, let me just okay, and then you have like there's this point 3 other ways to create vibrato. You have a neck vibrato, and you have this vibrato generated by finger pressure. By finger pressure, I just it's just this. It actually is like I would say this is mostly like if this happens, it's by accident. Oh, maybe not actually. No, that's actually not right. But it's like a very it's a very you have to work quite hard to raise the pitch, like pressing the string harder. It's much easier to just bend the string, like the first technique, to just bend the string just a little bit. I mean, so if you just want to raise the pitch a bit, it's better to do that. But when you are in the music and when you are improvising and things, then a lot of stuff happens. I mean, sometimes you put more force on something. You grip, your muscle work is more harder, more strong, and then it's also possible sometimes that you raise the pitch and that you actually like this kind of a sound for certain notes, or just in general to have more. Everything is a little bit raised, like the whole thing. But anyway, that's a bit too complicated now. You should just know that it exists, and maybe at a certain time, or when you're just improvising or practicing, then you maybe, because you heard it already now, then you recognize that, and you say, oh, that's that kind of vibrato, or that kind of a bending kind of thing. So okay, I can go for that, or I try to avoid that actually. And yeah, and the neck vibrato, when you have like this is like I don't want to do that too much with this guitar actually. In earlier days, when I had this guitar, I was more I had more courage to do that, but this gets older and older, and I feel like be careful with that. And this is like really this Bill Frisell technique, you know, when you watch also maybe more the earlier recordings, also on ECM or with in this trio, also with Joe Lovano and Paul Motion. There you see this is a very characteristic thing what he's doing, that he's really like holding the guitar, that it can't move forward too much, and then press the neck, push the neck like in that direction. So, yeah, and this really doesn't have to be like a lot actually what you're doing. It's also depending on your neck, I mean on the neck of the guitar. How rigid it is. It really it's sometimes, I mean, it's really different from instrument to instrument. All right, just in general, on the next page you see like these two parameters. Without thinking about this execution, just in general, you have like two parameters of vibrato. One is the amplitude, so how far your vibrato gets off the original pitch. Yeah, so you have a little amplitude, or in the yeah, this via this Korean thing. Yeah, that's a very has a kind of large amplitude, and it also has some kind of a speed. That's also some that's exactly the opposite as like Andolan would be like. It would be just very little amplitude and a slow kind of a speed, and so speed is the other parameter. So how fast you're going, and how the amplitude, how far off you're going the original pitch. So with these two parameters, actually, you have like enormous range of possibilities. Yeah, you can say, oh, I do a very quick vibrato with a very little amplitude. Yeah, or you can say I have a very slow vibrato with a big amplitude, or large. Yeah, which is already some kind of bending to the next note, but and also what you can go for are like transitions, like going from slow vibrato to a faster vibrato, or going from a faster vibrato to a slow vibrato, or going from a more narrow vibrato to a with more amplitude, or going from a more amplitude vibrato with less amplitude, which is maybe not so effective. But that's something you really can go for now. Can really make your own explorations, explore the different varieties you can create by thinking about amplitude and speed, and like going from high speed to lower speed, and high like a large amplitude to a small amplitude, and whatever. I mean, there are a lot of possibilities. Also, there is this just the last point here. It's also a possibility to bend a note and then have a vibrato on a bended note. That's also something we didn't talk about that yet. So, for example, I can bend the D to the E, for example, and then yeah, so I can have a vibrato on a bended note, which is sometimes really nice to do. It's like a bit like you know, the singing saw thing. Especially if you're not, you don't have a very well intonation. It's really like this. Yeah, this is a kind of yeah, it would be also nice to like practice to learn a melody with this technique. Anyway, it opens. I hope these things here, what we talked about, like open some doors, some ideas, some awareness about this whole topic, which is really interesting. And of course, it has to do a lot with a human voice, because the voice is also not like straight. You know, I mean, it's the whole body is not like a rigid thing. It's when you sing or when you speak, it's always like there's some kind of vibrato happening. So that's a natural in a way, really natural to us. Okay, so I think we talked enough here. You got enough stuff. That's it for the lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like these lessons here, and also click the bell button. There you will get notifications when a new lesson will be out. Every week I'm planning to release a new lesson, so stay tuned. And also follow the link down in the description below. There you can also donate. You can go to my website, hupildenbrandt.com, to the academia site. There you find a button where you can donate to support my work here on this channel. This would be really cool that you get more involved here and we go on with this whole process, because there's a lot of stuff still to cover. A lot of material is waiting to get out to the world. All right. Thanks for watching. My name is Hupildenbrandt.